CROWSBLOOD, Kris here, Green Sabre, GODTHRYMM, CROWSBLOOD, episode 93 of Doom Telly. Sit down, relax, enjoy, etc. Once again, I think it's been nearly a fortnight since you've had a video, but I've been very busy with many of my ongoing projects. Firstly, the eagle-eyed of you will notice that I'm not wearing one of my usual 4000 metal t-shirts. I'm wearing a dirty Leeds top, and that's because Leeds have been promoted over this last week back to the promised land, the Premier League. So I was fortunate enough to be part of the crowd when we walloped Stoke City 6-0. The other day, honestly, I've lost track of fucking everything, quite honestly. So yeah, I've been on sort of cloud nine since that game. Allow me this moment of celebration before, the inevitable fucking horrendous fucking awful vacuous money pit that is the Premier League consumes us yet again, and we no doubt spend most of the year getting beaten before ending up back down in the Championship. I hate the Premier League, but, you know, can't live without it, sadly, if you follow any kind of football team. So I'm excited for the fact that we're promoted back there, and yes, so hence why I'm wearing a dirty Leeds shirt. So, of one of my many, if you think I've got a lot of t-shirts, wait till you see the Leeds shirt draw that's overtaking the world, quite frankly. Right, anyway, so, that preamble out of the way, let's get a video out of the way. So what we'll do first is the band updates as per, and they're all quite busy at the minute. Where do I start? Let's start with CROWSBLOOD, because that's the most recent. We're rehearsing last night. Last but one rehearsal before Lee and Aki are up in the studio. We're recording up in Scotland with Kev, shout out Kev. And Lee and Aki go up there this coming weekend, the Sunday night in actual fact, to set up and get going first thing Monday and away. I don't go up until later in the week, so I'll be going up Wednesday night for a full Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday do. Doing my parts, but CROWSBLOOD album recording. Last night we were slick, so it's going to be fine. I've got to finish my lyrics yet, but we're almost there, so don't panic. So CROWSBLOOD moving on in earnest. Also in the studio on Sunday, we recorded round at Brother Hamish's. Shout out Hamish. We recorded the track Mountain, which we're going to be releasing at some point. It needs to get properly mixed yet, mastered, tweaked, blah blah. We're a bit of a ways off with it yet as such, but we got almost all of it down basically over the course of 8 hours, something like that. Maybe a little more, 10 hours. Really productive day on the Sunday just gone. So that will see the light of day at some point. Very much looking forward to you hearing that. Those of you that have seen us live over the last 2 years will know this song anyway. It's become a set staple as this one. We wanted to sort of experiment with Hamish's home recording setup, and fucking hell, it sounded amazing. So that's been Green Sabre. Also in the studio, upcoming GODTHRYMM. As I've been saying, we've been working behind the scenes on new material for the forthcoming new album. That probably at best will be the back end of this year, probably early 2026 that will see the light of day. But we'll be going to lay down some drum tracks and whatnot in the 3 weeks, something like that. So getting those fleshed out and ready to go in. It's all fucking go. So I've got 2 guitars out here at the minute. So let's. I won't bore you with the stuff. But firstly, this is the for those of you that have seen me live with Green Sabre. This is the Green Sabre axe. This is my Chinese £550 worth of Fender Telecaster, but it is a Fender, as you can see. So, this is my. This is my go-to axe for Green Sabre. New strings on it and such. I don't know if you can sort of see, but the strings are basically like fucking railway lines. They're that thick. I've got a set of Elixir baritones on here at the minute. I think the fat one's like 68 gauge. It's fucking As you can see, yeah, there's a big old lump of... 68 is probably a little high for me. I'd rather have something around the 60, 62 mark, ideally. But yeah, this is the Telly. Slight difference to the reason that I bought this Chinese Fender was that A, it was cheap at the time, but it, crucially, it had a bridge humbucker, so that I can get that low-end thump to it as such, like. But it's had a bit of tweakage since. It will be going in for further tweakage over the next month, where I'll be ripping out that single coil and putting in a neck humbucker, I think, so that'll be disappearing. But yeah, I've got a Seymour Duncan Invader now as the bridge humbucker, and it's fucking amazing. So anyway, for those of you that aren't into the whole technicalities of the what goes on with guitars, I won't fucking bore you to death anymore with what goes on with that. But as soon as it's out, figured I might as well show you the green sabre axe. I've got the CROWSBLOOD one over there as well, which has got the zombie dust humbuckers in now as well. New parts, sounds fucking amazing, but I can't be bothered dealing with that because we're already 6 minutes in and I've not even started on today's video. So because I'm fucking lazy and can't think of new ideas, I'm continuing with the decade of metal thing, and we're on to the year 2000 this time. Now, caveat, because I'm fucking useless and always forget something crucial, last time's video was 98 and 99 thrown together because there wasn't really much going on at that point. And yeah, like I say, because I'm a fucking moron, even though there wasn't much going on, I forgot some crucial fucking mentions because I'm a fucking idiot. Now, this would have likely made me top 6. I loved it at the time. 1999's Euphoria Morning, was it called? Chris Cornell's solo album, anyway. I would say the best of anything he's done outside of Soundgarden for me personally. Mellow, it's got a very, very distinct Jeff Buckley vibe to it in places. I absolutely loved this album at the time, and also it's got a special resonance with me because the week or the time that I met my now wife Tracy, this was fresh in my ears. This is what I was listening to. I'd just discovered it at the time via my brother, likely. And so, yeah, this very much reminds me of then and meeting my wife. So, you know, lovey-dovey. But yeah, so it's got a very distinct resonance to me as this. But I love it. It still sounds great. Now, Chris Cornell's solo album, Euphoria Morning, 1999, should have made my fucking top 6, let alone worthy mentions. What would have been either 1 or 2 in my fucking top 6 as well is Sleep's Dope Smoker. How I forgot this, I have no fucking idea, because it's one of my favourite Doom, Stoner Doom, if you want to call it, records of all time. Entirely forgot to fucking put it on my list, so absolutely should have got a mention for 98 and 99. What should have also got a mention, and thank you to Death Metal Dylan and Mark, Old School Death Metal, shout out you two guys, for mentioning Dawn's Slaughter Son album, which, I will be brutally honest, I had not heard of until it was mentioned by you guys. So thanks ever so much for that, because I've downloaded it since and it's fucking ace. Yeah, no idea again how that bypassed me, but what a fucking record. So yeah, thank you guys. I've been enjoying getting into that of late. So yeah, worthy mention. Another mention that I forgot about was Phantomas's debut. Phantomas, Mike Patton, Buzz Osborne, Trevor Dunn, Dave Lombardo, Mike Patton side project. Their debut, I want to say 99, it was either 98 or 99, I feel like it was 99. Their debut came out. That would have been an honourable mention. It's not my favourite thing of Phantomas's, but it's very, very good, so should have been mentioned. So that's clearing up last time's video because I'm a fucking moron and I forgot some very, very important mentions within that. So to, you know, just as a disclaimer here, I will likely have forgotten something really fucking obvious this time round. So that should be my disclaimer for all these videos. There will be something obvious that I've completely fucking forgotten. So there we are. So let's get into the year 2000. It's getting its own year this time. Again, improvements were on the fucking horizon. You could see definite improvements. There'll be a few of you out there as well, you elitist types, that will not be happy with my number 1 choice for this year. But fuck you, I don't care. It is my number 1 for good reason. So let's just crack on with it. The year 2000. What was I doing back then? Like I say, I had met my wife Tracy. We were courting, or whatever you youngsters get up to these days. That's what we called it back in my generation, with, you know, when we had paraffin lamps and horse-drawn carts and whatnot. But yeah, I was, as I've explained on other videos, I got out of metal because I was getting very much into my smoking far too much fucking weed. And was getting into a lot of psychedelic and sort of harking back to the 60s and 70s psychedelic stuff, bands I've mentioned before. The Doors, the Beatles when they were good, when they were on drugs. Not your fucking bowl haircut, She Loves You, all that shite. When they got good, Revolver onwards I'm talking about. Well, Rubber Soul onwards. But anyway, I digress. The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, all that kind of stuff. King Crimson. Yeah, that's where I was at. However, 2000, I was on the downward spiral back into metal at that point, because there was probably enough. I got back into, I was probably on my bi-yearly cycle of getting back into doom metal and Forest of Equilibrium, and I was probably back around that neck of the woods. And yeah, there was enough I was getting back into the rock and metal thing, so yeah. But, disclaimer again, there's a couple of these that I had not remotely heard anywhere near the year 2000. They were relatively recent discoveries for me. So anyway, one of which is my number 6, and I don't have any physical media, I've only got the download, but image inserted, Watain, and their album, let me just get the name right, Rabid Death's Curse. Yeah, relatively new discovery for me in the grand scheme of things, because like I say, black metal was a hard sell for me initially, and it was something that I'd slowly got into over the years, and it wasn't until probably the last 5 to 10 years, something like that anyway, that I've really started discovering the whole world of black metal. So Watain is a relatively new discovery for me, in the grand scheme of things, because I'm an old bastard. But yeah, an absolutely worthy mention at number 6. Classic kind of old school vibes. They are Swedish, aren't they, I want to say. But yeah, really one of my absolute sort of go-tos of the Watain catalogue as well. So an absolute mention for the year 2000. So yeah, that's my number 6. Another image inserted, and I wouldn't mind. I've got everything of theirs, barring this record, and the split that they did with Caius. But I've got everything of theirs in the back catalogue. Queens of the Stone Age, the album Rated R, the album that came before the one where they went fucking seismic. Songs for the Deaf. Songs for the Deaf? Songs for the Dead? Songs for the Deaf. Yeah, Rated R, image inserted. Yeah, again, this will probably wind up a few of you, but I think Queens of the Stone Age are great. Even the more modern, poppy-centric sort of stuff, there is something about it, the groove that they get as such, like, and I hate that fucking word, groove. But I really, really rate Queens of the Stone Age, and again, I've said this before, but controversial statement, a miles better band than Caius ever were. And yeah, you can throw stuff at me the next time you see me, but I never really ever understood the Caius hype, barring a few tracks. Like I say, it's the vocals, the vocal delivery that I can't get past. It's so stuck in that early 90s sort of, it just felt like that's all he fucking did, and it annoys me to the point that I can't really listen to Caius because of it. Riff-wise, great, yeah, but yeah, I just find his fucking vocal delivery tedious. And I much, much prefer Josh Homme's vocal approach for Queens of the Stone Age. And musically, there's just a little bit more about him. So that's why Rated R is my number 5. My number 4, another image inserted, because like I say, that I stopped really buying a lot of physical media back then. Well, probably not like 2000. When did I was still buying CDs at that point, yeah. But yeah, again, a later discovery. My number 4, image inserted, Primordial with Spirit, the Earth Aflame. Is it my favourite Primordial album still? Probably yes, to be honest with you. And again, very, very late discovery, as I've just alluded to. But really, really like it. And black metal sensibilities, but with a wholly different twist on it. And it's the singer Alan it's his vocal style that really sets Primordial apart from the other pretenders to the kind of thing, and is, I think it, you know, I'm not entirely against a lot of kind of second wave worship in the black metal scene. There's a time and a place for that, and there are some that are fucking brilliant at it. But also, and from a muso's perspective, it's nice to try and do something a little different with it. And I think Primordial are a great example of just doing something, incorporating elements of folk and other sensibilities within that black metal fucking all-encompassing framework. And they're really, really fucking good at it. So an honourable mention at my number 4 for the Spirit, the Earth, the Flame Primordial album. Shout out, really, really good. Again, wasn't listening to it back then. An album that I probably did hear back then, but it didn't resonate with me until a few years later on, is my number 3, and it's an image inserted, and I'm fucking certain I had this physical, even on vinyl. I thought I had the vinyl of it. I don't. I've been through the catalogue. Morbid Angels, Gateways to Annihilation. Again, we've moved on from the Dave Vincent era of Morbid Angel at this, well, on the last album's point before this. Formulas, was it? Formulas, yeah. But I rate this above Formulas even, this Gateways to Annihilation. There's something, it's that kind of sluggish, brooding, grinding Morbid Angel that, for me, first reared its head on Blessed with the title track Blessed Are the Sick, amongst others as such. That kind of, you know, thunderous double bass drums with the half beat, just the slow, atmospheric fucking building Morbid Angel style. And this album's fucking full of it, is Gateways. It's a fabulous fucking record. There's really not much else needs saying about that, really. But yeah, so I'm going to race through these because they're image inserted stuff, and that goes very much against the spirit of this whole vinyl community thing, doesn't it? Let's face it. But I just haven't got space for fucking tons and tons and tons of physical media, so you'll have to fucking make do. So yeah, my number 3, Morbid Angels, Gateways to Annihilation. My number 2, and I was really stuck on which way around these were, but I just looked at it and I think what has had a more lasting effect on me, they've both had as much influence on me as a writing, as a style of guitarist that I am. They've probably both had equal parts of influence to Green Sabre as well, and it might not be immediately apparent, but without fucking waffling on about something that I've not told you about properly yet, let's just cut to the chase. My number 2 is Electric Wizard's Dope Throne. Very, very nearly my favourite Electric Wizard record of all time. That's just pipped by Come My Fanatics. But this is very, very close to being their finest hour. For most people, it is their finest hour, and it's brilliant. I mean, the fucking fuzz tone that they've got on this is ear-piercingly close to... It's magnificent, but it's so close to being over the line of just being too much. But yeah, I mean, it's dialed up to a fucking million. But so many classic tunes on here. The title track, of course. The Funeralopolis is another great one. Which is the I Witchfinder. What's the other one that I really like? Is it We Hate You? Or anyway, it's all fucking classes, this record. And yeah, my number 2 didn't quite make number 1. It was number 1 for ages while I was compiling this list, and then I remembered something else that came out. And like I say, there is likely something really fucking obvious that I've forgotten, so my apologies. But my number 1, and a massive, massive influence on my writing style for Green Sabre, whether you can fucking hear it or not. And it is a masterpiece, and I won't be told otherwise. It is Deftones, probably for most people, still their finest hour. If I had a gun to my head, I might still say it's their finest hour, but it's very, very close with a couple of others for me. And I like almost everything that Deftones have done, apart from the debut, but let's talk about that on another video. But yeah, Deftones, White Pony, what a fucking album. I mean, it just start to finish, it's fucking ace. And it's got them ethereal sort of shoegazy moments that I've come to love, which is the signature thing for Deftones. And yeah, it's just absolute fucking class. Yeah, I love all of it. how do you pronounce the first one? Fetusaria, the opener, Digital Bath, Elite. Street Carp's great, Teenager's great, Knife Party's great, Korea's great, Passenger. Passenger, the track that's got your man Maynard Keenan, is it, or whatever he's called, from Tool, guest vocal on it. Passenger's the one that's like, oh, best track on the album. It isn't. It really isn't. It's fucking bang average for me personally. Compared to, I mean, bang average is a fucking overstatement because I love this whole record and I do like that track, but it is not the best fucking track on here. For me, it's either Digital Bath or Change, or possibly Pink Maggot. But anyway, it's all fucking class. All killer, no filler. Fuck you if you think otherwise. My number one album for the year 2000, and an album that I still listen to quite a lot. So, right, I'm going to do the also-rans that I think are worth a mention. And there's too many to mention, so I won't particularly, hang on. My phone's doing something fucking stupid. There we go. I won't particularly go into great detail on it, but yeah, also rounds. Cradle of Filth had something out. Can't remember the name of the album that they did. Dark Funeral, Enslaved, Macabre, of course, were throwing stuff out at this time. Isis, Marduk, Paysage d'Hiver, their early stuff. Class, again, recent discovery. Mayhem, Nile, A Perfect Circle. All right, it's all right, yeah, so I figured it was worth a mention. Immolation, and outside of the metal world, stuff that floated my boat back then, and still does. The Hives, Radiohead, was it Kid A, the Radiohead album, was out around that time. An album that I love and I still like now, Richard Ashcroft's debut solo album, Alone With Everybody. Hear me out. There's some really, really high quality tunes on this one. It probably his most famous one, Song for Lovers, is it? There's the one, Crazy World, that for you old kids and old football fans like myself will remember the instrumental version of Crazy World was used for the Goal of the Month competition on Match of the Day for ages. Yeah, but great tune. And I really, really like that album. Do I like Richard Ashcroft? No, he's a monumental cockend that thinks he's fucking fabulous. If ever you've seen him interviewed, it's just like, I feel like I want to put my foot through the telly. Just, you know, that fucking whole Mank attitude thing that came with indie. Ian Brown's responsible for this fucking nonsense. But Oasis did it. Well, Richard Ashcroft was one of the forerunners of that kind of... So, I mean, you've seen that fucking Verve video where he basically does that for the whole fucking thing, walking down the road. And it's entirely unnecessary and embarrassing. You don't look hard, lads. You look like spazzers. So, yeah. But anyway, I love that record. It's the only good thing he's done. I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of the Verve, to be quite honest with you. But it's the only good thing that he's done of a solo capacity. Because he clearly had other songwriters working with him on that one for me. I don't know this for certain, but it sounds like he fucking did. I mean, you've got string sections on there that Ashcroft is not capable of fucking composing. But anyway, I'm doing him a great disservice. I love that album, so I thought it was worth a fucking mention. So anyway, enough of this fucking nonsense. Glaring omissions. And I'm just going to go in two-footed on Disturbed here because I fucking hate them. And this, so what I'm hoping this is, because it all goes into this fucking ending rant as such. But yeah, Disturbed's debut come out in 2000, didn't it? I might insert an image, but I don't even know if I can be bothered trawling the internet for an image of this fucking dog shit. So I might be pointing at nothing. Disturbed. I've always hated them. And I heard them when I come out. And I've always hated them because I didn't like that Disturbed thing that they did. And they did it right from the off. You know, that fucking debut single. That thing that he does in almost everything, that sort of... that fucking staccato vocal delivery that he does, I detested. There is a mate of mine from way back when who will remain nameless on this one that was like, you've got to hear this album. And I was like, right, fair enough. New metal, okay, there was bits of new metal that I liked at that time. And I heard it, I thought, oh, fuck, I don't like that at all. No. I mean, some of the riffage had those new metal sensibilities that I couldn't understand why people got into it. But that fucking shtick that Dave Drayman did vocally, just grated straight from the off. I did not fucking like it then. I do not fucking like it now. I do not fucking like him because he's a cocksucker. And yeah, so Disturbed are my glaring omission because I cannot fucking stand them. If one other person tells me as well how, oh, that cover of Sound of Silence is good, isn't it? No, it fucking is not. The original's good. That's shit. Yeah. So, Disturbed are my glaring omission because I fucking detest them. And just awful. Awful band, awful people, awful vocals, awful riffs, awful. And let that be an end to this video. Thanks for watching. So, yeah, that I can wrap that up there. So, yeah, apologies about that. But, yeah, when I think about Disturbed, they just fucking annoy me. I've no idea how they've got as big as they have. No idea. But, you know, the world moves in strange circles. Right, enough. Nearly half an hour, and I was trying to rein this in and make it concise. I will likely be off grid again for a couple of weeks because, like I said, I'm going to be up in Scotland for 4 days coming up soon. There's another bank holiday fucking coming in, and of course there will be a big fucking open top bus parade in Leeds for the mighty Leeds. So I'll be out of that on the bank holiday Monday. So the narrow window that I have to make these videos will be incredibly fucking narrow for the next few weeks, so it might not be for a while there. And then when I get back from Scotland, we're in the studio with GODTHRYMM as well, so yeah, it's going to be a bit fucking manic. And then I'm away in Spain at the end of May. No, I am not going all-inclusive again, so let that be an end to that discussion. Right, enough of this fucking nonsense. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Another couple of likes I've got. I think I'm at 275 now. Let's get to 300 though, kids. Tell everyone. Tell everyone about this fucking buffoon that cannot rein it in and make a short video. Say, subscribe to this dick. And, you know, we might be at 1,000 before you know it. Right, enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.